I, 27F, am engaged to Polly, F. The fact that I am homosexual affected my relationship with my parents, and it took them a decade for them to accept it. I came out at age 12, and since then my brother has become my parents' golden child. It made my relationship with Ollie a little salty. My wedding party was this weekend. My parents and Ollie went. It was a very environment, with a lot of LGBT people. The night was wonderful, the way I always dreamed of, warm and loving. I noticed a commotion at my parents' table and I went to check it out. Ollie took of the moment to come out. Nothing new. I had doubted his sexuality since he was a, but it wasn't up to me to expose it. My dad got mad when I wasn't surprised and accused me of hiding that kind of thing. Addition to making comments about being disgusted with the fact that his children are faggots. Almost everyone at the party was listening. I pissed off all three of them. I told my parents. You can't for a single night swallow your fucking prejudice. And for Ollie. Of all times, you knowing that it took them both a decade to accept me back, can't you any other day? I don't care about you being gay. You have to be whoever you want to, but why today? My fiancé interceded, and after my tantrum my parents left and so did Ollie. I admit it wasn't my best reaction, but I just wish one day it wasn't back to my brother or parents weren't prejudiced. It felt like the hell of my adolescence had all come back, and I'm embarrassed by my parents and upstaged by my brother. My parents aren't talking to me and I honestly don't feel like it. But I know my brother is that I was homophobic and destroyed his moment of coming out. Iada? NTA. Your parents are bigots, and Ollie picked a really bad time to come out. It wasn't Ollie's day. It was your day, and he tried to make it about him for some reason. And then he called her homophobic? After her wedding where she married a woman? I know gay people can still be homophobic, but Lord, he must be made of rubber, because that's one hell of a stretch. NTA. Ollie had no business coming out at your wedding. He also would have had no business announcing his acceptance into a prestigious university, his own betrothal, or his winning of the lottery. It's not what he announced, it's that he made any significant disclosure. Every civilized person knows that you don't use someone else's wedding to break big news unless the wedding couple know and approve of your intention to do so. The only way Ollie would not be in the wrong is if it was something he blurted out because your parents were spouting homophobic nonsense and he just snapped. But he'd still have to be deeply sorry about creating drama at your wedding, and he's not sorry. Congratulations on your marriage. I wish you long years, great joy and small troubles. All of this. It is widely known that it is rude to upstage the people getting married on their wedding day. The only exception is if the person making the announcement had gotten approval from the people getting married to make the announcement at their wedding. NTA. Everyone here is an asshole except you. Your brother should not have co-opted your day. I hate to say it, but your parents really sounds awful. I think you should just move on. Enjoy your happiness with your finance, forget about your parents, and ask for an apology from your brother. Fuck that. She shouldn't have to ask. This is giving me, I'm going to propose at my sibling, friend's wedding, vibes. Ollie can be who he wants, but this was not the time or place to come out, it just screams, drama. NTA. Greater than, but I know my brother is saying that I was homophobic and destroyed his moment of coming out. It wasn't his moment to come out. It was her wedding. I agree. This kid is the golden child and used to getting what he wants. People are jumping through hoops in the comments to give this kid the benefit of the doubt, but I am not buying it. He's the golden child. He thought he'd get away with it 'cause he always has. Disclaimer. I'm a part of the alphabet army myself. He was 100% out of line. NTA. Golden boy wanted the spotlight back on him where it belongs. Parents are obviously tall. I'm sorry this was the family you got lumped with. Congratulations on the wedding. NTA. I'm dying at him calling his gay sister homophobic. BC. She wasn't happy he came out at her gay wedding. Ollie-phobic might be the call. NTA. Your brother should have known that was not his time to shine, and your parents are homophobic. NTA at all. That was horrible judgment on your brother's part. Very tactless, even if your parents were accepting of it. You don't pull shit like that during someone's wedding. Basic manners. NTA. It was your event and he did that to steal the spotlight. Your parents are homophobes. I also find it upsetting that OP used the word tantrum to describe her reaction. Her reaction was absolutely warranted and she should not chastise herself just because others are demonizing her. Your brother is calling you, an openly lesbian woman who is married to another lesbian woman, homophobic? I'm not even sure how to answer because I am so taken back by your brother's pure stupidity. The audacity of calling her homophobic because he did something tacky and inappropriate at her wedding to her same-sex partner, lol. NTA. Homophobic parents, and someone announcing something big on someone else's big day is just asking for it. NTA. You don't make announcements of any sort at someone's wedding, period, with the single possible exception of someone literally dropping dead during the event. Parking issues would be acceptable as well. NTA. That is rough. Sounds like they've put you through the ringer for decades, in comparison to which your reaction, though you know it wasn't your best, is mild. I wouldn't describe hard truths as a tantrum, so try to be easier on yourself. And yes, it sounds like your brother pulled an attention-seeking move because the most obvious rule for all guests at wedding is, don't cause a scene. That means, don't announce your pregnancy, have a gender reveal, propose, come out, convert, start demonstrating your commitment to a nudist lifestyle, whatever at someone else's wedding. Because it's about the couple's relationship, and the guests are there to support that, not distract from it with their own drama. Your brother coming out could have been something that improved your relationship with him, but instead it's driving you further apart. Sorry to hear it, good luck. NTA. He showed poor decision-making. Parents are assholes for obvious reasons. NTA. Your parents seem to be though. Your brother, in my opinion, shouldn't have brought that topic out during someone else's big day, especially knowing your parents' attitude and the possibility of causing an argument in the middle of the reception. Her brother is in awe too though. He knew and still did it. And on top of that said she ruined his coming out and called her homophobic. Info. I am baffled why your extremely homophobic parents were at your gay wedding in the first place. They're like, you're my daughter. That's why I don't despise you like the others. I invited them without waiting for a yes, and they accepted. My dad even said about it being a tradition and a unique moment between father and daughter at the aisle, even though it's totally immoral what I'm doing. Is bad? It's terrible, but I can say it was much better than in the beginning and following years. Your parents and brother are the awe here. NTA. He ruined your night knowing how they would react and they reacted like small-minded awe. I am so glad you have surrounded yourself with amazing people. Maybe just take a break from the toxic ones. NTA. Your brother used you as a shield as he has no spine. How are you homophobic? I apologize up front, but I think your brother is the asshole here, and as for your dad, he sounds like an asshole too. NTA. It was your day and they made it all about themselves. You have the right to be upset. Your sibling has had 23 years of their life to come out to your parents and they mustered up the courage to do it on your day. That was malicious of them to make it all about themselves. You are human and your feelings are valid, especially after going through that. You had the right to react however you wanted to. NTA. This has to equal proposing at someone's wedding in terms of rudeness. It was your day, and he made it about him. NTA. It was not the time or the place. You don't make big announcements, proposals at other people's big events without prior permission. NTA. He did this intentionally hoping that your parents wouldn't lash out or respond negatively since it's a wedding and b, public. I would consider LC or NC with all of them for the sake of your mental health. Greater than my brother, Ali, 23F. Question mark. I keep scrolling and not nearly enough PPL have mentioned this despite it being about an LGBTQA+ topic LMAO. NTA. Sorry your bigoted parents and selfish brother are. They were all completely out of bounds on this and you had and have every right to be mad and hurt about it. I'd go NC with all of them, they're awful. NTA. Your parents obviously. But your brother was selfish for picking your wedding for his big moment. Maybe he was thinking they wouldn't overreact in front of an audience? Maybe he wanted an audience? Either way, it was totally selfish of him to do so and owes you an abject apology. Why can't people just not do their life moments at weddings? It's pretty fucking simple. God. Edit to add the seduction of having all the loved ones right there. The atmosphere. All the bullshit people use as excuses rolling on the floor laughing. NTA. But your entire family sucks ass. NTA. Rule 1 about weddings. Keep your announcements to yourself. IDC if you're pregnant, proposing, Gay, are you just won the Nobel Prize? It can wait.